Good morning, everyone. Welcome back in. It's actually afternoon for me, but morning here in Asheville, North Carolina. We're going to be doing another Pilot's Life flight for United Express Skywest Airlines, operated by Skywest. We're flying back from Asheville, North Carolina, back up to Chicago, Illinois, O'Hare, in the CRJ-700 Skywest 4849. Actually, I have that wrong plane there. Just give me a second to fix that. I forgot something. Always something. There we go. Bombardier CRJ700. Get inside the plane. Let's get things started. I have the fuel set from where we left it last night when we landed here. So there it is. We're gonna do an originating. Gotta get everything started here. Go through. We're gonna all right. Okay, so we're checking the circuits. Circuit breaker. Make sure there's no circuits popped out. Same over here. Good. While we're over here, check our flashlight. Check our emergency equipment. Fire extinguisher. Axe. Another flashlight right there for the first officer. Hat clip. Hat there. Checking all the stuff. Actually, I don't think we can go out that door. Go out back here. You'd also, there should be paperwork and stuff like on this door, technically. All right. So checking that. Back into the seat. Making sure nose wheel steering is off. Hydraulic pumps are all off. There. Landing gear lever down. Spoiler lever retracted. Flaps 0 ADG manual release in and stored. Right there, in and stored. Battery master, we can put it on. And we do also have AC. Now these should all be off, the generators. We do have AC available, so we'll turn that on. And we'll set both the IRS set to nav. Airplane documents have been checked. Go to the hydraulic page. We'll turn on some lighting. See here. Flood going. Just saw all the airport lights just pop off as they're bright enough out now. Where's my lighting there? Okay, we should be able to turn that off for now. We'll turn up these guys up here too. All right, hydraulic 3A on. Checking to make sure we have good temperature, good percent, and the pressure. Turn that off. Don't burn it out. All right, there we go. That off. Come back to that again. All right, pre-flight checks complete. Audio warning panel. So there's some of these where I remember. Also checking up here, make sure our door and everything. That's all good. Warning panel. Where's the audio warning? Getting better at trying to remembering where certain things are. All right, let's go to fire detection test. Status page. Now this goes really quick. We'll see if we can do this. Press this. Go like that. You can see that fire system okay. It was just there. We'll do it one more time. There it is. Fire system okay. Good. Fire detection test complete. Lights. Lights we'll go with, so we can see nav light, and we'll turn the no-go light. Logo light. Hey Jake, welcome in. Fuel panel. Okay. Pumps are off. Lead air, auto, ISO open, lead engine source, both engines, and APU. Let's start that up. Power. Start. Go down here. P coming up. RPM's coming up. This is the Aerosoft. Yep, the Aerosoft CRJ700. Back up top. Start panel. No lights. Hydraulics. We're going to go on, and on for 1, 3B, and 2. Right here to the hydraulic page. We're looking for our temps, our percentages. Make sure we have that pressure, 3000. Back up here, set these all to auto. We already did the 3A, we're going to keep that off. We have the APU. Pressurization, have this completely in decrease. Cabin pressure, we're going to turn that up, I believe, to... Well, pay attention right here, and I'll kind of show you how. I kind of went a little fast. So, you can always watch this. All these flights I've been doing, you can always watch these in replay. I'm going to be uploading them, better quality too. And yeah, just pay attention here. I'm going to go through the whole startup process here. I'm starting right from cold dark. And right now we're putting in the pressures. Right now we need 2160. Look right here. Oh, not right there. Status page. Okay, so right here I'm at 600. Pop back up here. You just got to kind of spin it. You can also pop out that screen if you want to be able to not have to pop back and forth. What do we need? 1260? No, 2160. Up here in Asheville, North Carolina. I don't know what keeps dinging there, so I'm hoping it's nothing. Probably check that. Okay, so that's our cabin pressure panel. Checked. Air conditioning panel. We'll turn on left and right packs. Circulating fan. Cargo. Ice detection test. We're going to hit this button. Go down here. We should see ADS heat test okay. Back up top. Turn that off. Windshield low. You can also test this. I don't see anything for that. You can see the APU LCV. Okay, that's what that test is right here for the windshield. Probes will come on later. Windshield low and emergency lights armed. Seatbelts. We're gonna wait until we fuel up. I'm actually gonna get that over here right now. I don't think we can fuel with the GSX, so we're just gonna go. We'll just put it in. Oh yeah, it's. I mean, once you do it and you do it a bunch of times, it's second nature. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I kind of just go through the checklist. We should have that. Yeah. Not a big deal at all. Once you know how to do it. Okay, here's the stall test. And then we got the ground proximity warning system test.
Glide slope. Pull up.
That's going to go through that whole thing. Nose wheel steering
wind shear.
Still off.
Wind shear.
Clocks are
Terrain.
set.
Enough. Sink rate.
EFIS control
Pull
panels.
Up. Terrain.
That's it right down here.
Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low.
Oh,
Gear.
different formats. I'm
Too
looking
low.
at there.
Flaps.
Range.
Too low. Terrain. Glide slope. Bank angle. Bank
Brain
angle.
for that.
Minimums 1,000, 500, 400, 300, 200, 100, 50.
Want to make sure this stall pitch
30,
that's on for when you do that
20,
stall test.
10.
I guess it's already on.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear.
EFIS control panels checked.
Low,
Instrument
terrain.
panel
Caution. Terrain.
checked.
Caution. Terrain.
It's still going through
Terrain.
that.
Terrain. Pull up. Caution. Obstacle. Caution. Obstacle. Obstacle. Obstacle.
Yep, all the stuff you don't want to hear, but you want to make sure it's working. Okay, that test is complete. Let's hold down this one for the cockpit voice recorder. 5 seconds. And we should get a green light. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not getting a green light, not sure why, but not a big deal.
User bay overheat. User bay.
We do get a message right there, that warning light. Overheat test. Upper pedestal we're checking. Make sure N1, we can do the lamp test. Here, check all the lights are on, looks very good. Back down here. Lamp test 2, good. These should be covered and off. Pitch disc and roll disc should be stowed. Thrust lever quadrant is in the shut-off position. All that's checked. Avionics checked. The APR, I don't know where the APR is on this plane. I need to look and see if someone can show me. I need to watch one where a guy goes through it. I'm watching this one guy who used to be a pilot and a trainer and everything in the 737, and he does, like today he's doing a whole day where he's doing multiple legs. So for his on his stream, doing like a whole day's worth of legs, which is crazy to me, but pretty cool at the same time. So avionics, APR, engine speed on, trims. Okay, so let's get to that point where we can start loading. We're in the CRJ700. I'm gonna take off here in 20. All right, here we go. No, it's oh no, it's Light Sim Broadcasting Network.
Hello.
Light Sim Broadcasting
Captain.
Network.
How are you this morning?
Hi there, we're fine, thanks.
Great. We're just preparing the cabin for the passengers. We'll speak to the terminal staff once a door is opened and find out how long they think it'll be until boarding begins.
Okay, no problem. Feel free to open the doors whenever you're ready.
No problem.
All right, so let's get a few things going here.
Clear enough. 4 out
Because
of
we really
5.
don't know the trims.
Okay, Captain.
We'll come back to that originating check in just a moment. Finish that up.
Roger.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Hi, Captain. Just a quick update to let you know that we started loading. We'll contact you again once we're done.
Roger.
All right, so here's our payload. We have 43 passengers. Go over here, performance. 40. Gotta get rid of that 0. 43 passengers. Cargo, we have 1175. So let's see if we can put it all in the rear here. $175. Actually, we'll put a little bit in front. So let's go 1,000. Here. Then 175.
Hello?
Hi, Captain. We're ready to start boarding. Are we okay to begin?
Yes, you can start boarding.
No worries.
All right, fuel, we need
I'll get the rest of the crew organized,
4,932.
and we'll make a start in a minute or two once the passengers start arriving from the terminal.
Okay, and we can
We're about to start
put
boarding.
payload in the simulator
Ground to cockpit.
and copy that
Go
data to the
ahead.
FMS.
Hi there. We now refueling the aircraft. We'll let you know when it's completed.
And let's get
Roger.
GSX loading up.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Hi, Captain. Fueling is completed.
Roger.
Actually, I didn't really need to do that. We can't get, the gate doesn't come to us or anything. Alright. So let's get, we do have our trim. We can do our trims now. So we'll go right here. Stab trim, channel 1. What we should see there, you see spoiler stab in test. We'll have our stab right there, 6.4 today. Bring that down, 6.4. Channel 2. I think we have to wait on that. We'll see. Let's get into our flight computer and get things set up for the flight. We got our current air rack. Looks good. Time 11:49 UTC. Position. All right. So actually, what we're supposed to do with this is, so this is gate 5. We actually go on our chart. If I can find it. Usually they'll have a chart, like your parking chart, but I don't think I have one where I'll have like coordinates for parking gates. You can actually get the proper coordinates. Not seeing that on any of the charts. Small airport, so I guess we're just going to go with this. Let's put this next page. That's all basically the same. You can see that FMS position. Copy that. Not letting me copy that. This one. Oh, there it is. We'll set that. And alright, go to flight plan. Kilo Alpha Victor Lima. My passengers are boarding. That looks good. Kilo. What is Kilo? I just completely blanked on my Oscar. Kilo Oscar Romeo Delta. Alternate is going to be Detroit. Kilo Delta Tango Whiskey. And let's get our flight clearance then. Of
Asheville ground, Skywest 4849 gate 5. Request clearance to Chicago O'Hare with information Golf. Skywest 4849 cleared to Chicago O'Hare by Alpha Victor Lima 7. Departure runway 17. Initial climb 8000. Then is filed. Squawk 6564.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Everyone's on
Cleared
board.
to Chicago O'Hare
We're
via
just
Alpha
awaiting
Victor
the load
Lima
sheet
7.
from ground.
Departure
As soon
runway
as we have it,
17.
feel
Initial
free to
climb
close the door.
8000. Then is filed.
No
Squawk
problem.
6564.
I'll
Skywest
bring it to you as soon
4849.
as they send it up. You still have
Skywest
time to do the welcome
4849.
announcement.
Red badge correct.
That
Report
should
when
pass
ready.
some of the time.
Will report when ready. Skywest 4849.
Alright, so here we got, see how fast that boarding is. The Doogie. Doge. Doogie. We might be able to go to the next page. So Doogie. Quebec 93.
Blue Street 5054. Contact
Then,
Expo
one of these
Tower,
times I gotta
121.1.
figure out how to just get this all auto-populated.
121.1 Blue Street 5054.
Font. Then Veek 5. So execute, check your legs, make sure we got no discontinuities. Perfect. Back to index. Land perfinite. Hold that in. Flight level 400 today for our cruise. Nice big cruise. I'm gonna go over. I have one of these set. Should have one of these set to this computer right. Do I have anything?
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Loading has been completed. We send
All
the load sheet up.
right, copy that data down
We're waiting for
there.
it to close down.
It's all in, looks good. Double check that 0 fuel weight.
Roger.
Matches our payload sheet here. Perfect, off by 1 kilo. But we burned a little bit of fuel, I think.
Hello.
Hi, Captain.
Probably that
Okay,
fuel.
here's the load sheet from ground. I've written the passenger
takeoff
count
weight,
here, the crew count
just a little
here,
bit higher.
and the total number of souls,
That's all right.
not including
Perfect.
yourselves, here.
Go
Thanks.
to
Okay,
next page.
looks like we're all set to go whenever you're ready.
Put our wins in.
All right. You can close the doors whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'll let the crew know, and we'll get closed up as soon as we can. All stations ready to close.
All right, so top of climb wind is 276. 74. 74. Cruise wind and then vent wind. 305. 42. Degrees. Page, theirs looks good. VNAV setup, we'll just stay with these target speeds. Not sure how we adjust those. So I'm not gonna mess with it. Go to our progress page. Not our progress page, our performance page. Calculator over here. Taking off runway 17. Calculate. Alright, giving us a flex temp of 45. Alright, they are still loading, just about finished out there. That originating checklist, we can engage the yaw damper, because you see that test is finished. So down here, lock trim, yaw damper. Okay. Lower pedestal. Take that lower pedestal. Want to make sure this is on standby. It also looks good. Have our ETC in there. 564. Oh, we actually could do a TCAS test. That.
TCAS system test okay.
Favorite aviation movie? Airplane. Airplane by the Zucker brothers, which is basically a shot-for-shot remake of, I think, Airport 76 or something. Not 76. It's like Airport. It's like a 50s movie, 60s movie that it basically the Zucker brothers did a shot-for-shot remake. Obviously, it's a comedy now instead of a serious movie, but yeah, that's my favorite aviation. I think, what was the Sully? Was Sully a movie? Did they make a movie of Sully? forget the name if it's Sully or if it's the Miracle on the Hudson, but that one's pretty cool too. Especially when you kind of know what you're looking at. You're like, oh wow. All right, we actually can have 2 pages here. We're gonna go here. We're gonna turn off our airports. Go VNav, and then for the right side, we're gonna go iNav aids, turn off airports, and have on. Okay. Legs. Management. Yeah. That. Direct intercept. Request a pushback, I think. About ready. So, seatbelt signs on. Press pushback and startup.
Asheville ground, Skywest 4849, request pushback and startup. Skywest 4849, pushback and startup approved. Pushback and startup approved. Skywest 4849.
We hope you enjoy flying with us. Before takeoff, we would like to encourage
Right before start
all
checklist, passenger signs on, pressurization set, altimeter set, anti-skid test. So right here, you turn it off. It has anti-skid inbound, anti-skid outbound, comes on, rearm it. FMS IRS set, radio and nav aids. You would usually set your radios and nav for your takeoff, but don't really need them. Parking brake on, takeoff briefing complete. Well, we really haven't done the takeoff briefing yet. We'll do that on the pushback. Cleared to start. Checklist, APU, AC electrics on. Turn off. Connect the AC. Papers on board. Takeoff data is set. Doors are closed. Beacon light on.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
That's
As a
tilt
reminder,
apart, push it
use
back.
software to track your virtual airline flights you might want to start it if you haven't already.
Fuel pumps and gravity X flow on.
Thanks for
Fuel
the help.
quantity,
Head straight
we
ahead, and we'll see you
have
next time.
4,875. Hydraulic pumps.
Hello, Captain.
Auto,
Cabin crew,
auto,
doors to
and
automatic, please.
on. Oh no, wait, I'm looking at the wrong ones. On is down here. Yep. Parking brake. Still on. Packs. Turn these packs off when start. There's no ignition A or B that's actually on the checklist, but in the CRJ700 at least. I know in the 200 or an older plane, I think they do have these 2 buttons here, an A and a B, but we don't have it here, so we don't have to do anything for that. Engines, once we'll get there, we'll start. Waiting for the pushback now.
Locking gear.
Through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets and brace position, which you must adopt if you hear brace. Brace. There
All
are
right,
2
so we
emergency
got
exits at the rear, 4 in the middle and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency,
we're going to runway 17. We're going to push back tail to
your
the
seatbelt is fastened,
right.
adjusted and released to shore.
Release parking brakes.
It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times.
Commencing push.
See Airsoft
All
bands.
engines clear.
Masks will
Start at
keep you
will.
covered. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen.
All right, we're going to start the packs here. Start the right engine.
Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over
Once
your
the
head.
N2 is at 25,
Fasten the
we
tapes around your
will
waist.
flip this
Click
red
together
switch
and
up.
pull the strap to adjust. Do not
There's that
inflate it
PT.
inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube.
Loudest I've ever heard
There is
the
a light and whistle for
safety.
attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children.
basically over
Brake cable
20%
must
is
now
fine.
be
You can
stowed, armrest down, window blinds
go to the
open,
idle
and
detent.
seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight and thank you for.
Oh yeah, I'm using GSX. We got going pushing us back right now. wing walker's kind of in the wrong position. I don't know what he's doing. It's kind of hit or miss. Most of the time it works. It depends. I couldn't. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Sometimes you don't get the passengers. I haven't had any passengers like floating around lately, but I kind of don't make a big deal out of it. It's like, hey, if it doesn't work or if something doesn't look right, I just kind of don't look at it. I like to use GSX mostly for the pushback because pushback typically is pretty good. Alright, so we'll go gen to auto, start left engine, and set the parking brake.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
I wish I didn't have to hit this twice. You can see that windsock is out straight. We got some.
We have a good engine start.
Yeah, let's get the metal here. We have winds. We're gonna have a crosswind across the runway, 12 knots, 230 degrees, so 12 knot crosswind basically. 17.2 degrees and overcast Celsius, 17. 29.86 mercury. 6,500 foot ceiling, 10 mile visibility, VFR no warning. Okay.
Unlocking gear.
Now there is another test we're supposed to do with like the fuel. I'm not exactly sure how to do it, so I'm not gonna mess with it.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Generator is on. We check the electrics. Getting our generated. We got power coming from the engine, so APU can off. Start, stop. Power, fuel, close that door. APU closed. After start checklist, generators 1 and 2 are on. Ignition ARB off. Left and right packs on. Anti-ice checked. We'll turn those on once we have taken off. We'll get through these clouds. Probes on. Here. APR tested and armed. Electrics checked. Rudder checked. Nose wheel steering armed. Flaps 8. Flight controls.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. Just to let you know that the cabin is secure for takeoff.
Flight controls checked. Trim and
let me know
stab
when you're
green
ready to go,
and set
and I'll get the crew
6.4. Flight instruments
You can
checked.
take your
FMS
seats now.
Auto 2
We're almost
BTMS
ready.
checked.
No problem.
Let's get our taxi
All
clearance.
stations, take off.
Skywest Flight 49, request taxi. Skywest 4849, taxi to holding point runway 17 via Charlie Alpha. Taxi to holding point runway 17 via Charlie Alpha, Skywest 4849.
Nice thing about this flight today, we took a little bit longer getting the plane loaded and start up. It's the originating flight of the day. But the nice thing is we don't have to worry about getting stuck in a traffic jam waiting to take off. We spent about half an hour, 35 minutes yesterday at O'Hare. Waiting to get out. Didn't need to do that today. We're gonna. No, not on this flight. This flight's gonna have a sunrise, and I think we already got the beautiful sunrise, and we didn't really get to see it. But my plan is I've kind of scheduled out the rest of these flights on my schedule. We're going to do this one. Next flight's going to be at 10:45 in the morning. Then the flight after that's going to be... Let's see. I'm going to just kind of fly these flights back to back to back to back. So we will have a sunset flight, one of them. Probably the flight into Birmingham. How it shakes out. But I kind of want to do four flights that are all on the same day. Even though we don't really, it kind of really can't do it 100% realistic because the weather obviously changes from day to day. I'm not doing all 4 flights back to back to back. But kind of time of day sort of thing. Again. Knocking out flights like crazy. I turn on this taxi light. I'm gonna get dinged for that one. Wasn't on the checklist, huh? Something you should know. Flight director's on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has advised that we are now cleared for takeoff.
Oh. Rudder's. Whoops.
Skywest
A little aggressive on that.
Contact Asheville Tower 121.1.
Alright, strobe on.
121.1. Skywest
Landing lights
4849.
on. C set to 1. And radar weather. Actually, I think we hit this one for that stab test. Or
Asheville Tower, Skywest 4849, runway 17, ready for departure. Skywest 4849, line up runway 17. Line up runway 17, Skywest 4849.
alright. Line up runway 17. Let's do a quick before takeoff checklist. Lights and strobes is required. Fuel cross flow off. Ignition anti-ice is required. Flight attendant advised. Transponders as on. Radar on. DAS checked. Bugs checked. Air and packs as required. They're on. Here we go. Checklist complete. Beautiful fall colors down here in North Carolina. As always, I'm going to be, well, not as always, but a new thing I'm starting to do is I'm going to be putting up these streams. I'm going to be recording them at a higher quality to put up, maybe adding in some cool graphical tooltips as well if I have time. Otherwise, it'll just be the full stream, but with better graphical, better quality. I know YouTube kind of kills the quality on the live stream. Speed set. Knots, 100. B1, rotate. Yeesh. Sometimes the plane just goes sideways. So. The wind's blowing the other way too. I don't know. Positive rate gear up. Not a great takeoff. I'm trying to figure out why the plane wanted to go right. Very weird.
Skywest 4849, contact Asheville, departure 124.65.
Pilot engaged.
124.65, Skywest 4849. Asheville departure, Skywest 4849, Alpha Victor Lima 7 departure at 4,100, climbing 8,000. Skywest 4849, radar contact, turn left heading 010, continue climb 8,000, altimeter 2986. Left heading 010, continue climb 8,000, Skywest 4849.
Climb check, landing gear up.
Cabin crew, you're free to move around the cabin.
Flaps up. Fuel cross flow auto. APU and bleeds on. APU off. Lights, passenger signs. Landing lights still on. Passenger signs on. Thrust reverser off. Never armed them. Job. DAS checked and cleared. Nearly to 8,000 feet. Asheville.
Skywest 4849, turn left heading 225. Left heading 225, Skywest 4849. Skywest 4849, turn left heading 215. Left heading 215, Skywest 4849.
Crap.
Skywest 4849, turn left heading 205. Left heading 205, Skywest 4849. Skywest 4849, turn left heading 195.
Where is it trying to make me go?
Left heading 195, Skywest 4849.
Besides the fact that I'm over speed right now.
Skywest 4849, turn left heading 190. Left heading 190, Skywest 4849. Skywest 4849, proceed direct Dooge, then as filed, contact Atlantic Center 120.45.
Direct Dooge.
Proceed direct Dooge 120.45, Skywest 4849.
Blue Street 5626, continue descent 12,000, altimeter 2986.
Continue descent 12,000, Blue Street 5626.
American 1539, expect ILS, approach, runway 23 right, report when ready for descent. Expect ILS, approach, runway 23 right, report when ready for descent, American 1539er. American 2184, expect vowel and Parker 3, arrival, ILS, approach, runway 18 center, report when ready for descent.
Expect Wyland Park 3, arrival, ILS, approach, runway 18 center, report when ready for descent, American 2184.
Delta 2279er, expect Stranger 1, arrival, ILS, approach, runway 26 right, report when ready for descent.
Expect Stranger 1, arrival, ILS, approach, runway 26 right, report when ready for descent, Delta 2279er.
American 1539er, ready for descent.
American 2184, ready for descent.
Gamma Jet 865, proceed direct Lima Uniform Kilo India Echo. Proceed direct Lima Uniform Kilo India Echo, Gamma Jet 865.
Delta 2279er, ready for descent.
American 1539er, descent 17,000, altimeter 2984. Descent 17,000, American 1539er. Blue Street 5141, continue descent 11,000. Continue descent 11,000, Blue Street 5141. American 2184, descend flight level 190.
Descend flight level 190, American 2184.
Blue Street 5015, cleared Wyland Parker 3, arrival. Cleared while in Parker 3. Arrival, Blue Streak 5015. Delta 2279er, descend 13,000, altimeter 2983.
Descend 13,000, Delta 2279er.
Delta 2366, cleared Street and 1, arrival. Cleared Street and 1, arrival, Delta 2366. Blue Streak 5141, continue descent 9,000. Continue descent 9,000, Blue Streak 5141. Blue Streak 5015, continue descent 12,000, altimeter 2982. Continue descent 12,000, Blue Streak 5015. Delta 2195, turn left heading 360. Left heading 360, Delta 2195. Flagjet 443, fly heading 265.
Fly heading 265, Flagjet 443.
Frontier Flight 1573, cleared flask of C1, arrival. Cleared flask of C1, arrival, Frontier Flight 1573. Delta 1364, expect Street under 1, arrival, ILS, approach, runway 26 right, report when ready for descent.
Expect Street under 1, arrival, ILS, approach, runway 26 right, report when ready for descent, Delta 1364.
Flagjet 443, turn left heading 230.
Left heading 230, Flexjet 443.
Delta 2195, fly heading 350. Fly heading 350, Delta 2195. Delta 8923, heavy, cleared Street under 1, arrival. Cleared Street under 1, arrival, Delta 8923, heavy.
Delta 1364, ready for descent.
Delta 2366, continue descent 12,000. Continue descent 12,000, Delta 2366. Southwest 2137, expect Street under 1, arrival, ILS, approach, runway 26 right, report when ready for descent.
Expect Street under 1, arrival, ILS, approach, runway 26 right, report when ready for descent, Southwest 2137.
In a few moments, we will be
Delta 1364, descend 13,000, altimeter 2980.
and we'll be happy to help.
Descend 13,000, Delta 1364.
Plug them into the armrest to the side of you.
American 2607, continue descent 11,000.
Thank you.
Continue descent 11,000, American 2607.
Southwest 2137, ready for descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain...
Atlanta Center, Skywest 4849, Alpha Victor Lima 7, departure at 8,000.
However, you are reminded that for your safety, we do recommend that you remain...
Atlanta Center, Skywest 5282, Ground 2, departure at 6,600, climbing flight level 190.
Atlanta Center, Skywest 4726, Alpha Victor Lima 7, departure at 8,100.
Atlanta Center, American 2665, at flight level 330. Reynolds Jet 156, fly heading 185, cleared ILS, approach at 4,000, runway 17, report established on localizer.
Fly heading 185, cleared ILS, approach at 4,000, runway 17, report established on localizer, Reynolds Jet 156.
Blue Streak 5141, contact Charlotte, approach 134.75. 134.75, Blue Streak 5141.
Oh, of course, I had the microphone off this whole time. So I've been complaining about how we're just stuck waiting on this. There we go. Finally, we've been waiting on Atlanta Center forever.
Proceed direct Dutch. Continue climb flight level 400, Skywest 4849.
Oh, gotta put in climb.
Southwest 2137, descend 13,000, altimeter 2980.
Descend 13,000, Southwest 2137.
We are about to start one of our in-flight...
American 2607, continue descent 9,000.
And select channel 18 from your armrest.
Continue descent 9,000, American 2607.
That's beautiful. Believe me, I've seen a number of these kind of mornings in the North Carolina, just in the south. It's beautiful.
Skywest 4726, radar contact. Proceed direct Bravo Moon Alpha Yankee Quebec, dim as filed. Continue climb flight level 330.
Proceed direct.
Hey, landing lights
Continue
off.
climb flight level 330, Skywest 4726.
Blue Street 5626, continue descent 11,000.
Continue descent 11,000, Blue Street 5626.
American 2665, radar contact. Proceed direct Wylam. Maintain flight level 330.
Proceed direct Wylam. Maintain flight level 330, American 2665.
American 2291, clear Wylam X3, arrival. Clear Wylam X3, arrival. American 2291. American 2146, clear Wylam X3, arrival. Clear Wylam X3, arrival. American 2146. Ranger 521, continue to say 5,000. Continue to say 5,000, Ranger 529. Continue descent 1,000, American 291. Exit jet 209.
Real time in the sense that we're flying at real time, but not, flying with no time acceleration, but as far as time of day, no. Time of day would be evening. We would be getting your beautiful sunset right now if we were doing live time. But I figure I keep doing these flights in the afternoon. I keep ending up doing these flights in the afternoon, so every time we're just going to get the evening flight. So I want to do morning. I kind of want to do, like I said, it's like we're going to have this one take off at this time, and then the next one we're going to take off about 10:45. We'll see when we land, and then we'll have kind of like that turnaround. Again, one of these days, someday here, one of these days where maybe I have the house to myself and nothing I have to do, and no one is home. They're all doing their own thing. I'm gonna try to do something like that the other guy I mentioned, where he's flying like a full day of legs, and just do it back to back to back to back. Do the turnarounds. What I'll do with the other videos when I do fly those other legs is they will be turnarounds, so we're not going to go all the way from cold dark. Kind of simulate it like we're doing a turnaround. But it is really fun when we can actually do the turnaround. It's really fun to kind of go, okay, we gotta get out of here in 20 minutes and gotta get everything in. All right, once we pass Doge, we'll let the Doge will turn off the seatbelt sign. I'm only climbing at 250 knots. That way we can keep a good climb. You can see that Mach speed's going up, so there's really no reason. In fact, it almost makes sense to switch to Mach right now if I can. Because what usually happens is I go up to 290, which is the climb, and then that ends up putting us at like Mach 0.8, and really slows that climb. But if we actually have it at the Mach, like, oh, we just want to climb at Mach 7.2, or 7.4, our climb will actually remain consistent. Not sure where I can. There we go. We're gonna leave it at Mach 6 for now. And we'll actually keep that consistent 2.5. Climb should remain pretty consistent. It actually should increase because our speed is actually pretty low. Because as we go up higher and higher, that Mach speed keeps climbing. If we would just hold at 250 knots, you can see how that's going down. Lots of clouds. We had a ton of clouds on the morning flight into Macau, and we have a lot of clouds here, U.S. as well. Like I said, I'd love to fly the next flight. Like I said, I'd just love to fly these flights back to back to back. It'd be really awesome, but to kind of go with the weather as opposed to, you know, flying in a week and flying down to Louisville and the weather's completely different. But the limitations, what we're doing.
Delta 2195, fly heading 165, cleared ILS, approach at 4000, runway 17, report established on localizer. Fly heading 165, cleared ILS, approach at 4000, runway 17, report established on localizer, Delta 2195. Exit jet 619, contact Indianapolis Center, 128.3.
128.3, exit jet 619.
Delta 2505, heavy, contact Indianapolis Center, 128.3. 128.3, Delta 2505, heavy. November 58 Charlie X-ray, proceed direct Mike Charlie Golf November Sierra. Proceed direct Mike Charlie Golf November Sierra, November 58 Charlie X-ray. Southwest 1887, radar contact. Proceed direct Romeo India Tango Charlie India, then X-Files, maintain flight level 390. Proceed direct Romeo India Tango Charlie India, maintain flight level 390, Southwest 1887. Number 4420, climb 11,900.
Climb 11,900, number 4420.
American 2665, cleared Ryland Parker 3, arrival. Cleared Ryland Parker 3, arrival, American 2665. Number 4420, descend 5,400.
Descend 5,400, number 4420. Atlanta Center, Skywest 4975, at flight level 330. Atlanta Center, Southwest 2221, inbound Alpha Charlie Alpha Bravo Echo, at flight level 390.
Delta 2195, established on localizer. 715, contact Indianapolis Center, 128.3.
128.3, 715.
Number 4420, expect ILS, approach, runway 17.
Expect ILS, approach, runway 17, number 4420.
Skywest 4175, radar contact, proceed direct Surrey, maintain flight level 330.
Proceed direct through A, maintain flight level 330, Skywest 4075.
Southwest 2221, radar contact, proceed direct Alpha Charlie Alpha Bravo Echo, then X-Files, maintain flight level 390.
Proceed direct Alcada, maintain flight level 390, Southwest 2221.
American 2184, continue descent 12,000, altimeter 2983.
Continue descent 12,000, American 2184.
Number 4420, continue descent 4,000.
Continue descent 4,000, number 4420.
Skywest 4849, contact Indianapolis Center 128.3.
128.3, Skywest 4849.
American 2665.
Indianapolis Center, Skywest 4849, inbound Tapkey at flight level 330, climbing flight level 400.
Skywest 4849, radar contact, proceed direct Tapkey, then as filed, continue climb flight level 400.
Proceed direct Tapkey, continue climb flight level 400, Skywest 4849.
Indianapolis Center, November 2102 Sierra, at 10,000. Frontier Flight 2442, proceed direct Janus. Proceed direct Juliet Alpha November Yankee Sierra, Frontier Flight 2442. November 2102 Sierra, radar contact, fly heading 360, maintain 10,000, altimeter 2183. Fly heading 360, maintain 10,000, November 2102 Sierra. Indianapolis Center, November 58 Charlie X-ray, at flight level 410. November 58 Charlie X-ray, radar contact, proceed direct Mike Charlie Gold November Sierra, maintain flight level 410. Proceed direct Mike Charlie Gold November Sierra, maintain flight level 410, November 58 Charlie X-ray. November 58 Charlie X-ray, expect Mike Charlie Gold November Sierra, Sierra Charlie Romeo Lima Tango 1, arrival, ALS, approach, runway 28 right, report when ready for descent. Expect Mike Charlie Gold November Sierra, Sierra Charlie Romeo Lima Tango 1, arrival, ALS, approach, runway 28 right, report when ready for descent, November 58 Charlie X-ray. November 58 Charlie X-ray, ready for descent. November 58 Charlie X-ray, descend 10,000, altimeter 2982. Descend 10,000, November 58 Charlie X-ray. Southwest 2224, contact Atlanta Center 120.45.
120.45, Southwest 2224.
Southwest 6018, expect flow passing for arrival, ALS, approach, runway 20 right, report when ready for descent.
Expect good Pasley for arrival, ALS, approach, runway 20 right, report when ready for descent, Southwest 6018. Southwest 6018, ready for descent.
Southwest 6018, descent 12,000, altimeter 2979.
Descent 12,000, Southwest 6018.
Spirit Wing 1093, contact Atlanta Center 120.45.
120.45, Spirit Wings 1093.
November 2102 Sierra. Expect Hotel Victor Quebec ILS. Approach. Runway 23. Report when ready for descent. Expect Hotel Victor Quebec ILS. Approach. Runway 23. Report when ready for descent. November 2102 Sierra. November 2102 Sierra. Ready for descent. November 2102 Sierra. Descent 4000. Descent 4000. November 2102 Sierra. Indianapolis Center, United Crew 115, inbound Whiskey November Sierra Oscar Romeo at flight level 330. United 2115, radar contact, proceed direct Whiskey November Sierra Oscar Romeo, Bennett Island, maintain flight level 330. Proceed direct, sir, maintain flight level 330, United Crew 115. Sun Country 3062, descent 10,000, altimeter 2182. Descent 10,000, Sun Country 3062. Indianapolis Center, Skywest 5282, inbound Mike Alpha Golf Oscar Whiskey, at flight level 330.
Alright, so we're slowly making our way
Skywest 5282, radar contact, maintain flight level 330.
up to 40,000. Kind of slowed myself down by not actually going to that Mach 0.74. I was saying all that stuff about holding off now get our climb faster. The problem is, we got to a point where our climb wasn't really going much faster and we were just going really slow. And so we've actually added some time to our flight probably. I mean, 12:42. We were expected about, expected 13:54. Still ahead of schedule. but a lot longer than probably should be taken on this flight. It's not that long of a flight. Anyway, coming up on O'Case, then Heaven, and then Bont, and then need to kind of get our arrival stuff placed in there.
130.45, Air Shuttle 6175.
And now we're coming up on Lexington, coming up on our left, just off to our left, and then we'll skirt on the west side of Cincinnati. They'll be off on our right. We'll have Indianapolis again on our left, and then we'll be flying up over Gary and into Chicago. See what our arrival plan is there. So we just got that chime that we're coming up on the altitude, just about there, another 800 feet.
Delta 2804, expect Foxtrot Lima Mike, checking for arrival, AOS, approach, runway 06 left, report when ready for descent.
Like the clouds are starting to clear a little bit, just a little.
Good morning once again from the cockpit. I hope you're enjoying the flight so far. We've reached our cruising flight level. We're making good progress towards our destination and expect to arrive on time as planned. You'll hear from me again once we're about to start our descent. Thanks very much.
Getting this down to 680, which is O'Hare. Landing elevation for O'Hare.
Delta 2505, heavy, proceed director. Proceed director, Delta 2505, heavy. November 5A Charlie X-ray, feed Mike Charlie Golf November Sierra, Sierra Charlie Romeo Lima Tango 1, arrival. Cleared Mike Charlie Golf November Sierra, Sierra Charlie Romeo Lima Tango 1, arrival. November 5A Charlie X-ray. Delta 1467, heavy, proceed direct Bravo Bravo Alpha Bravo Echo. Proceed direct Bravo Bravo Alpha Bravo Echo, Delta 1467, heavy. Southwest 2058, proceed direct Kilo Oscar November Golf Oscar, Dennis 5.
Proceed direct Kilo Oscar November Golf Oscar, Southwest 2058.
Looks like Lexington right around there. We're at our cruise here. Let's take a look at our chart for the star. There's Bont, and we're going to come in on the Veek 5 RNAV arrival. They'll probably get us down to 10,000 feet as quick as possible, and then keep us at a high speed at 10,000. That's typically what happens. This arrival looks like it's going to put us in so we can land from the west. Landing west, expect radar vectors to final approach course after Cluso. Looks like there's a lot of any speed restrictions on here. What we can actually look at is we can go right here to airports. We can go weather. Here's our MEDAR. MEDAR we got. Might be a little bit hard for you guys to see. Breaks it down right here. So here's the raw. Breaks it down. Wind 310 at 14 knots, gusting to 20 knots. So 310. So that makes sense for us to be coming in from the east, probably, for landing. Like landing on 2.8 or 2.7. We'll see what the ATIS has, and we'll see what FS HUD ATC gives us. It's always a little wonky. Visibility 10 statute miles, a few clouds at 6,000 feet, scatter clouds at 25,000. Ceiling is at least 12,000 feet above ground level. Temperature 15 degrees Celsius, 59 Fahrenheit. A little bit warmer than it is here in Milwaukee, 2 degrees warmer. Dew point is -1, 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity 34%. Altimeter 29976. Remarks: we got an automated station with a precipitation discriminator. Sea level pressure of 1007.9 hectopascals. Hourly temperature of 15 degrees Celsius and dew point of -1.1 degrees Celsius. Decrease then steady, or decrease then decrease more slowly. There's a lot of extra stuff there. That's all contained right in there. Area. The ATIS for O'Hare. Information Kilo from 2051. Now that's not going to match up with our Zulu time, so I'm not sure. Probably half an hour ago at this point. Kilo, got the winds in there. Basically, we've got the MEDAR right there. Approach, expect vectors, ILS runway 27 left, 27 right, and 28 center. Simultaneous approach is in use. Land and hold short operations are in effect. Runway 27 left, arrival plan to hold short of taxiway Victor. But we'll kind of look at this. We'll see what FS HUD ATC. Obviously, they're not going off of this ATIS, but it's kind of nice to know, to see in real life, they are going from the easterly direction. So we're probably not going to follow this whole arrival, especially Cluso. Might bring us back out. I don't know. We'll see.
9501, proceed direct Charlie Tango Whiskey. Proceed direct Charlie Tango Whiskey.
Let's see, what do I have on my flight? And we're planning 27 left anyway, so this is kind of an interesting approach to begin with. But again, like I said, on their Cluso. I don't know if there's a decision back on that part. A decision for where we do. It is landing west. All right.
Delta 2395, turn right heading 035.
Right heading 035, Delta 2395.
I'm kind of looking this way. Cincinnati's going to be off this direction. Obviously, we're in the Kentucky south side of the river. Always a very interesting way how the Interstate 75, which is the north-south highway that goes into Cincinnati, goes between Cincinnati and Atlanta. And 75, it's like you're going straight north, and actually you're aiming, as you're going north on I-75, you're going direct into, if it would keep going straight, it would go right into Cincinnati Airport. But it actually then makes, when you get to Florence, and I'm always reminded of when I would go through Florence, there's this big water tower next to the freeway that says Florence, y'all. And you basically make a, instead of going north, you make a sharp northeast turn to go into Cincinnati. Basically, you start hitting traffic because it's just a mess. Like, going into Cincinnati is really cool because basically you go downhill in and then back up, and because it's built right there on the Ohio River, and so it's in the valley, and very hilly area, but definitely a lot of traffic. And obviously we're in the air, so it doesn't affect us at all, but kind of reminds me of Florence. I just saw on the map that I'm looking at Florence, which is basically directly south of the Cincinnati airport, and you kind of go through there and there'd be that big water tower, and it said Florence, y'all, on it. Yep, I'm in Kentucky. Next flight we'll be flying down. I mean, it's the thing with all these, not all these airports, but basically Chicago. I mean, when I was driving over the road, and even when we drive down to Chicago, anytime we drive down to Chicago, you drive right past O'Hare. All those planes coming in from the east on at that east approach, coming right over the freeway. It's so cool plane spotting while you gotta be careful plane spotting while you're driving on the freeway there. But yeah, going through Cincinnati, I don't think I ever really could see the airport. I think if you go on the bypass all the way that goes around Cincinnati, that's when I could see the airport. Otherwise, you can't really see it if you stay on 75 and go into Cincinnati. Louisville, going through Louisville, you always go right past the airport there. You see the UPS planes coming in for landing or taking off. Freeway goes right next to the airport there. Atlanta was always a fun one too, because if you go to the south side of Atlanta on the bypass, you see all the Delta planes coming in right over your head.
Blue Street 5586, descend 17,000, altimeter 200.
I think which other airports. Memphis. When I go through Memphis, I drive right past the airport, see all the FedEx planes parked there. I think Nashville. I don't think I ever really saw Nashville. Maybe like one time I drove close to the airport there. I'd always drive past Cleveland Hopkins International, and also Cleveland Burke, the airport that's right on the lake, old airport, right on the lakefront. Always go past Buffalo International Airport. I think what other ones.
November 330 Romeo, turn right heading 035.
There's a lot of activity lately on VATSIM, just in the northeast. A ton of approaches on the line northeast last couple days. Wonder if it's like this in the afternoon all the time.
Sun Country 3062, fly heading 195. Fly heading 195, Sun Country 3062.
You can see I'm actually over our speed right now. All that trouble getting up to 40,000, now we're over speed. It always balances out at like 0.8. You know what? I don't have to pay for the fuel, so let's burn it, right? I'll kind of bring that down a little bit. Try to get the. It's so hard to manipulate the throttle using the Thrustmaster. It's just not that. It's not the same as if you had a quadrant like this where it's very smooth. So someday in the future I hope to get a little bit more advanced equipment. Yeah, that channel I was telling you about, Flight Sim, I think most of his streams are his virtual airline, which I think they only have like 20-something odd pilots at this point, but they're really the virtual airline sounds very interesting the way they've set it up. It's very detailed. Basically, you need to know how to fly these planes. You need to know how to do fuel planning, all that stuff. You're filling out all the paperwork and submitting it like you would with a real airline. It's set up like a real airline, all that stuff. To the point where you load in, you need to make sure you have the fuel that you finished your last flight with set in there. And then any fuel that you add, you're paying for. And I guess the whole airline has a whole budget, and sounds like, so they don't just have unlimited planes just laying around either. They only have, like right now, they only have 2 CRJs. They're going to add another 2 because they have to make money to be able to buy them somehow. I don't know what the system is, how they determine that, but the way he was describing it's pretty crazy. But I know there's people that are into that, making it as realistic as possible. It's called, I think, Coastal Airways or something like that, and they fly a lot of kind of the East Coast island destinations.
November 330 Romeo, turn left heading 215.
Again, pretty cool where, it's not just, a lot of virtual airlines, it's like just pick whatever jet you want to fly and fly whatever route you want to fly. I'm more interested in those ones where it's like, okay, here's our schedule. Here are the planes you have. Here's the economy you kind of have to deal with.
Delta 2395, contact tower 119.1.
I don't really have the time for that serious stuff right now. I just went and did my FAA physical to get my first class medical. Unfortunately, did not get it today because I have some like really dry skin on my elbows. I've been dealing with this for years. I don't know what it is, but he said, yeah, it looks like psoriasis, and that's actually like a level 2 risk, which is crazy because like level 1 risk, which is the lowest level, is stuff like high blood pressure and stuff like that. And like psoriasis is a level 2 where I'd actually have to get like a special exemption or something. So I need to go see my doctor and figure out what it actually is. Figure that all out, because it'd be ridiculous. It's like, because it doesn't. It doesn't affect my health in any way that I know of. I mean, it's just I have dry elbows. I have just that flaky, dry skin on the elbows. I don't have any joint pain. I don't have any other medical issues that spring from that. So it's kind of weird that that's more of an issue with the FAA than like high blood pressure and other stuff. Because everything else I check out perfect, fine. But yeah, so I gotta. He can hold on to that paperwork. He has to submit it within 2 weeks. So I have 2 weeks to go to my doctor. I just scheduled with my doctor to go in on my birthday, which is next week on the 16th. So I'll be streaming in the morning on the 16th. You can kind of pump that in. Well, hopefully I'll be streaming. Hopefully I can get off from work. I need to submit that tomorrow and say, hey, I need to have Monday off. I got a doctor's appointment. And if I actually get that off, then we'll do a world tour flight in the morning and possibly get another one of these CRJ flights, regionals in the afternoon. And we're pretty quickly, we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 more flights after this one for this schedule, and then I'm going to be hopping out of this airline, go over to Ibex in Japan and do some Japanese regional flying. Looking forward to that. Not that I'm bored flying in the U.S. I love flying and going to all these different places. Never flown to Asheville before. It's getting a little boring flying into Chicago, but it's always fun with all the traffic. I just wish my computer was more of a beast that could handle all that traffic flying in and out of Chicago. Passengers so thirsty on the.
November 330 Romeo.
Only 43 passengers. Like, give them some.
Continue approach. November 330 Romeo.
Spirit wings 222. Continue descent 6000.
Continue descent 6000. Spirit wings 222.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. I just wanted to come by and ask if everything was going okay.
Everything is absolutely fine, yes. Thanks for asking.
Great.
Yeah, but basically the schedule I have is kind of my ideal schedule for how I'd want this to work, because typically when you're flying for any airline, regional or otherwise, regional, major, legacy, cargo, anything, unless you're doing like a charter, you're like with one of those charter airlines, or of course you're doing like a business jet or something, you would, your base, you have a base, right? So my preferred base, hopefully in the future, would be like Chicago, because I live in Milwaukee. Chicago is about an hour, O'Hare is like about an hour and a half away, so that'd be my preferred base. Obviously Milwaukee would be the best, but Chicago is probably the more likely. And you typically start your trip in your base, so Chicago. You then fly, you overnight, you fly your trip, 3-4 days, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and you end up back in your base, Chicago. But with a pilot's life too, sometimes it doesn't do that. It'll sometimes it'll start you out, if you can get the schedule to start out in Chicago, which takes a few clicks to get it. It's like, okay, give me the right start place. Lately I've been it'll end up at some random airport in the middle of nowhere, and it's like, why can't I have the return flight to Chicago and finish it out? That's something I kind of asked the guys that work on a pilot's life. It's like, hey, can you make a schedule where you start at base, you go out of base, but it's not just back and forths. The first few flights here, we flew out to Flint, back from Flint, out to Akron, back to Chicago, out to Asheville, back to Chicago. Now, I mean, that's fine, but I'd also like to have a little variety where it's not just out and back, out and back. This is not how most schedules work. But coming up here, next one, we're going to Louisville, then Detroit, then to Birmingham, then back to Chicago. That's a real nice trip right there. So I'm hoping they can implement a little bit more of that into their as an option. All right, direct to Yoler. Yoler sounds familiar. Alright, so we actually need to put Yoler in. So Yoler. Let's put that in right. Yoler.
November 313 Gold Lima, turn right heading 135.
Right heading 135, November 313 Golf Lima.
Allegiant 527, continue descent 4000.
Continue descent 4000, Allegiant 527.
Alright, so Yoler's familiar because we've gotten that coming out of Michigan. So actually, give you a look, we're not going to be taking that star that we had planned before. You see, so before we were going to come in, I even still have that chart up, we were kind of, that V goes like this. We're actually going to head straight up into Lake Michigan and then come in. That's because we are landing from the east, and so they're going to get us up here, we're going to get down to 10,000, and then we'll start our approach right in from Lake Michigan.
128.5, Skywest 4059.
Delta 863, contact Chicago Center 128.5. 128.5, Delta 863. Southwest 1467, contact Chicago Center 128.5.
Yep, Mika, no work today. Yeah, I had off today. I had off today because of the Oh, you can see that frame rate just took a nosedive. We're getting into... We're not even in Chicago area yet. And I was blabbing all the time. We missed Cincinnati. I don't know if you could have seen it anyway. Indianapolis, we're getting some of that, maybe. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what it is lately. It just seems like the traffic is way heavier now or something. Yeah, no work today because I had that exam for the FAA, the physical exam. Hopefully I can get off for next Monday, which will be my birthday. I wasn't planning on asking off for my birthday, but I guess I can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone now. I'll do that. Getting with my doctor, hopefully he can send over the records to the examiner, the AME, the Airman Medical Examiner. He can send that information over, and he can kind of determine whether this is something that he can make a decision on, or if it's something that the FAA is only allowed to make a decision on. If it's a minor thing, like a level 1 or not anything really at all, he can make that decision and say, "Yeah, I'm signing off. Here, here's your certificate." Since it's if it's a level 2 or I don't know what the higher levels would be, 3, 4, and 5, like what happens, but level 2, and he has to send it into the FAA, and they have to make that decision themselves. And they make that decision themselves, and possibly would need like a special issuance every year. Basically just kind of keeping track of like, okay, what am I doing? What's the doctor think? How's it look? How's the whatever situation I'm having, medical condition. Again, I don't think this is anything serious. It's just something I've been living with for, I don't know, the last 6, 7, 8 years. I don't know when it started. I know I saw one doctor in China, and he said it was just stress. You know, it's just stress related. That's kind of what the doctor, my primary doctor, said here too. But got to make sure about that.
Flight heading 230, cleared ALS, approach at 2,600, runway 23 dots, report established on localizer, November 9 at 3 Mike Alpha.
Yeah, he said it's no big deal. I mean, again, worst case scenario, it is, psoriasis. I am on some kind of, we just need to make sure I'm on the right whatever medication I'm using is not something that the FAA prohibits, and then just need to get a special issuance probably, and just would have to do that every year. And he was even saying, like, the FAA with some of this stuff, it's like, if it looks good for 3, 4, 5 years and there's no real issues popping up from it, they might just say, okay, we don't have to monitor that anymore. So he was like, yeah, this is, you're driving down the road, this is like, there's a few little stones in the road. It's no big deal. It's not a big bump. It's not a big giant pothole or anything. It's just, a little, have to do a little extra right now. And that was kind of the point. That this is why I haven't really called up and signed up for any flight school yet. Put down any money, because if I can't get the first class, there's no reason to keep going with it. Or at least go to something like ATP. I mean, even if I can't get my first class, I can still get a second class. I can go corporate flying, which would be wouldn't be terrible either, if I still wanted to pursue aviation as a career, which is, in my mind, it's kind of what I would want. I don't have the income to have do aviation as a hobby. All right, we just got a Yoler. We're expecting Ernie 8.
Arrival, ILS, approach, runway 22 right, report when ready for descent.
22 right, oh, they're going to give us the diagonal one too.
Allegiant 527, turn left heading 285.
Oh yeah, I guess. We are a CRJ, we can go on that shorter runway.
Lift 978, expect visual
approach. Actually, we'll set us up nice for where our parking is too. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to punch that into my navigraphs. Have it in there. Right. The winds don't seem to match up with that though.
Cleared Juliet Alpha Alpha Victor Echo Kilo Oscar Lima Tango Sierra 2 arrival 297.
Delta 2804, turn left heading 345.
Check that are quick. You might tell them to not do 22 right. Yeah, there's heavy winds, 14 to 20 knots at 310 degrees in Chicago. A 2-2 right, a 2-2 right, runway 2-2 right is going to be, yeah, this is going to give us heavy crosswinds. So I'm going to ask if we can get a 2-2, we can adjust that.
November 313 Golf Lima, turn left heading 300, cleared by ALS.
Yeah, let's see if we can adjust that to 2-2.
500, runway 32, report established on localizer.
Left heading 300, cleared ALS, approach at 2,500, runway 32, report established on localizer.
I'd rather not have those super high, I mean, there's no reason we need to. Now we could go like 27 right, which is that short, the northernmost. Let's see if we can get 27 left.
Agent 527, fly heading 230, cleared by ALS, approach at 2,600.
I know they like to use 28
report
right.
established on
We'll
localizer.
do 27 left.
Fly heading 230, clear ALS, approach at 2,600, runway 23 right, report established on localizer, Allegiant 527.
November 93 Mike Alpha, contact tower 120.9.
120.9, November 93 Mike Alpha. Allegiant 527, established on localizer. November 313 Golf Lima, established on localizer.
Allegiant 527, contact Indy Tower 120.9.
120.9, Allegiant 527.
November 313 Golf Lima, continue approach.
Continue approach, November 313 Golf Lima.
November 313 Golf Lima, contact tower 120.1.
120.1.
I'm going to really adjust this on them. This just makes more sense to me to go with this approach.
Chicago Center 128.5.
128.5, Skywest 4849.
Lift 978, contact Chicago.
Chicago Center, Skywest 4849 at flight level 400.
Skywest 4849, radar contact, proceed direct Europe, maintain flight level 400.
We'll see how this screws up the
Proceed
airspace.
direct Europe, maintain flight level 400, Skywest 4849.
We'll see how this screws up the airspace,
Chicago
to be
Center,
honest.
Allegiant 300
Because
at 2,500, climbing 4,000.
for all I know, they're going to just be landing planes the wrong direction here.
At flight level 340.
Skywest 4849, proceed direct Watts.
Alright,
Proceed direct Watts, Skywest
so we're going to switch this in.
Spirit Wings 1704, proceed direct Mike Kilo India Tango Alpha, then is 5, cleared Watson Espo 5, arrival.
Yeah, see, other people are getting that arrival. Makes more sense. We'll go Watson.
Proceed direct Mike Kilo India Tango Alpha, cleared Watson Espo 5, arrival, Spirit Wings 1704. Frontier Flight 25904, cleared Heroes.
And I'll show you what I picked up instead of. This makes more sense. That other one had us going way up here because obviously we're coming in on that. If we would come in on that angled runway, it makes sense to approach from a little bit further north. But I think the winds just make more sense than coming in on a direct east or from the east going west. So I'm gonna take this approach, and here's the Vogler transition. We'll just cut off that CNAC. We'll just go to Vogler and straight on in. I think it just makes a lot more sense. Obviously, I'm only doing that because we're simulator. We're not in VATSIM now. Of course, if the VATSIM people gave me controller gave me 2-2 right, I'd take 2-2 with that crosswind. But it's just like, it doesn't make sense to go with that. I mean, it's such a heavy crosswind. It's like 20 knot gusts. Why use that runway when you can go more direct into the wind? You have multiple runways that can do that. And it's not as if they're using those all for takeoffs. They only use 2-8 right for takeoffs, as you saw in the stream before.
Runway 24, report when ready for descent.
This flight's gone a lot longer than I was expecting. Like airtime.
Frontier Flight 259.
Sorry to bother you, Captain. I was just wondering if you'd like a drink.
I'd love a cup of tea, milk, and 1 sugar, please.
Ooh,
Of
milk and 1
course,
sugar.
just give me a couple of minutes, and I'll bring it for you.
Oh.
Ready for descent. Courtyard 5616, ready for descent. November 81740, descend 2,500. Descend 2,500, November 81740. Bristol 5616, descend 7,000, altimeter 2977. Descend 7,000, courtyard 5616. American 608, cleared Watson S45, arrival. Cleared Watson S45, arrival, American 608.
Hi, Captain. Your drinks are ready. They're in the storage area, so feel free to collect them whenever you're free.
Thank you.
Chicago
No
Center,
problem.
Piedmont 5822 at 2,700, climbing at 4,000. Chicago Center, Skywest 3683 at 3,900. Allegiant 3008, contact approach 127.2.
127.2, Allegiant 3008.
JetBlue 378, contact Cleveland Center 132.4. 132.4, JetBlue 378. Southwest 2242, contact Indianapolis Center 128.3.
I turned off. Or no, those are all VORs.
128.3, Southwest 2242. Piedmont 5822, radar contact. Fly heading 320, contact Fort Wayne approach 127.2.
She set nav again, the nav turned off.
Fly heading 320, 127.2, Piedmont 5822.
Skywest
3683, radar contact. Fly heading 320,
You know, technically they didn't give us this
Fort
approach or
Wayne
anything,
approach,
but again,
127.2.
we'll act like they did before, and they're gonna give it to us again here.
320, 127.2, Skywest 3683. Skywest 4849,
There we go.
expect Gogo ILS, approach, runway 27 left, report when ready for descent. Expect Gogo ILS, approach, runway 27 left, report when ready for descent, Skywest 4849. Lift 9078, radar contact, descend 1000.
They're ready for descent.
9077. Descend 1000, lift 9078. Spirit Wings 2368, continue descent 17,000, altimeter 2977. Continue descent 17,000, Spirit Wings 2368. Envoy 3389, turn right heading 130. Right heading 130, Envoy 3389. American 2661, contact Indianapolis Center 128.3.
128.4, American 2661.
Skywest 4849, descend 10,000, cleared Watson 4, arrival, altimeter 2977. Descend 10,000, cleared Watson 4, arrival, Skywest 4849. Allegiant 3187, fly heading 345.
Fly heading 345, Allegiant 3187. Chicago Center, Southwest 1400, inbound Zulu Oscar Delta MD Romeo at flight level 380.
Southwest 1400, radar contact, proceed direct Zulu Oscar Delta India Romeo, then as filed, maintain flight level 380.
Proceed direct Zodaya, maintain flight level 380, Southwest 1400.
Spirit Wings 2368, cleared Hosa Victor Charlie
Good morning once again from the cockpit.
Arrival.
As you've probably noticed, we've started our descent. Depending on the destination air traffic, we should be landing in around 20 minutes. In the meantime, I will be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. Once that happens, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated. You will be required to stay seated and secured until after landing. If you need to visit the toilet, it may be worth making your way towards one now. You'll next hear from me after landing, so I will wish you a very good morning once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while.
132.4.
Hello?
Hello. I was just wondering if you were hungry. I'll get you something to eat if you like.
Yes, please. Would it be possible to have the fish?
No problem. I'll get it for you
At
now.
almost 8:30, coming up here, 13:23 Zulu, so 8:23 in the morning for Central Daylight Time.
Allegiant 3187, expect ILS, approach, runway 30, report when ready for descent.
Expect ILS, approach.
Next flight is scheduled for 10:45, that flight down to Louisville, so I'm guessing we'll be landed by 9 o'clock, and so we'll actually have a significant amount of time for that turnaround.
Allegiant 3187, descend 3000, altimeter 2977.
Descent 3000, Allegiant 3187.
United 1820, contact Cleveland Center 132.4.
132.4, United 1820.
Hello?
Hi, Captain. Your food is ready for you. I've put it in the galley so you can grab it whenever you're available.
Thank you.
Chicago Center,
No problem.
Piedmont 5822 at 4,600, descending 3,000. Piedmont 5822, radar contact, fly heading 320, descend 3,000, altimeter 2977. Fly heading 320, descend 3,000, Piedmont 5822. Wisconsin 6175, clear 098, arrival. Clear 098, arrival, Wisconsin 6175. Piedmont 5822, turn left heading 305. Left heading 305, Piedmont 5822. United 3905, heavy, contact Cleveland Center 132.4. Delta 1783, expect lead go pack 3, arrival, RNAV, approach, runway 25 right, report when ready for descent. Expect lead Golf Oscar Papa Alpha Charlie 3, arrival, RNAV, approach, runway 25 right, report when ready for descent, Delta 1783. Piedmont 5822, continue descent 2,300. Continue descent 2,300, Piedmont 5822. Frontier Flight 2594, continue descent 5,000. Continue descent 5,000, Frontier Flight 2594. Delta 1783, ready for descent. Delta 1783, descend 4,000, altimeter 2978. Descend 4,000, Delta 1783. Blue Street 5586, contact South Bend approach 118.55.
118.55, Blue Street 5586.
Skywest 4051, contact South Bend approach 118.55. 118.55, Skywest 4051. Frontier Flight 25904, fly heading 315, contact Chicago approach 128.2. Fly heading 315, 128.2, Frontier Flight 25904. Wisconsin 6175, contact Chicago approach 133.62. 133.62, Wisconsin 6175. Southwest 2450, continue descent 6000.
Continue descent 6000, Southwest 2450.
Southwest 381, proceed direct SE. Proceed direct Echo Sierra Sierra India Echo, Southwest 381.
We're over Lake Michigan now.
Piedmont 5822, turn left heading 130. Left heading 130, Piedmont 5822.
Michigan City behind us. Gary's gonna be further over. Niner 7, or no, wait, 277.
Skywest 4849, fly heading 285.
Fly heading 285, Skywest 4849.
Emma's doing all right.
Chicago Center, November 199 Bravo Alpha, Euro 6, departure at 4,700.
November 199 Bravo Alpha, radar contact, fly heading 235, continue climb flight level 330.
Fly heading 235, continue climb flight level 330, November 199 Bravo Alpha.
Wisconsin 6292, cleared Yo 98, arrival. Cleared Yo 98, arrival, Wisconsin 6292. November 199 Bravo Alpha, proceed direct Earth, then as filed.
Cabin crew, prepare the cabin for landing.
Proceed direct Echo Alpha Romeo November Delta, November 199 Bravo Alpha.
Skywest 4849, continue descent 9000.
Continue descent 9000, Skywest 4849.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrest down and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Yeah, everyone's doing all right.
Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take.
The boy is getting a lot more aggressive in all ways, including climbing on everything and wiping out and falling off of stuff. So,
Right heading 080, American
keeping everyone on their toes. coming a little snotty too. 21 months, 22 months, I think 21 months this month, so almost 2 years old.
Skywest 4849, contact Chicago approach 133.62. 133.62, Skywest 4849. Chicago approach, Skywest 4849 at 9,000.
Skywest 4849, radar contact, fly heading 280, maintain 9,000,
I hate it when they say maintain, it's like you do need to keep
975.
stepping down.
Fly heading 280, maintain 9,000, Skywest 4849.
United 516, contact O'Hare Tower 119.62. 119.62.
Obviously, in reality, we'd be seeing the buildings for downtown Chicago. See the runway for the airport. Oh, there's downtown actually. You can't see the buildings. Never mind. Take it back.
Report established on localizer.
Fly heading 305, cleared ILS, approach at 2,200, runway 27 left, report established on localizer, Skywest 5670.
Skywest 4849, turn left heading 275.
Can you, like, hear me to
Left heading
descend, man?
275, Skywest 4849.
Already on that heading.
Chicago approach, American 144 at 10,300.
Skywest 4849, descend 8,000.
Descend 8,000, Skywest 4849.
American 1424, radar contact, fly heading 085, continue descent 2,300, altimeter 2975.
Fly heading 085, continue descent 2,300, American 1424.
Lindbergh 4380, turn left heading 335. Left heading 335, Lindbergh 4380. Skywest 4849, continue descent 7,000.
Continue descent 7,000, Skywest 4849.
Skywest 4849, continue descent 6,000.
Continue
Start
descent
anticipating.
6,000, Skywest 4849.
Thrustmaster armed. Pressurization set. Fuel checked. Altimeter set. PCAS as required. Radar on. CIS checked. Landing data set. Approach briefing complete.
Romeo Kilo, Benki 6, arrival.
Cleared Indian Romeo Kilo, Benki 6, arrival, American 338.
APU and bleed set. Anti-ice off. Lights and passenger signs on. Altimeter 2975. Check.
Skywest 4849, continue descent 5,000.
Continue descent 5,000, Skywest 4849.
Boilers out.
Skywest 5670, established on localizer.
Skywest 5670, continue approach.
Continue approach, Skywest 5670.
Skywest 4849, continue descent 4,000.
Continue descent 4,000, Skywest 4849. Chicago approach, Spirit Wings Map 704 at 9,900.
Skywest 4849, fly heading 275, cleared ILS, approach at 2,200, runway 27 left, report established on localizer.
Fly heading 275, cleared ILS, approach at 2,200, runway 27 left, report established on localizer, Skywest 4849.
Lindbergh 4380, fly heading 305, cleared ILS, approach at 2,200, runway 27 left, report established on localizer. Fly heading 305, cleared ILS, approach at 2,200, runway 27 left, report established on localizer, Lindbergh 4380. Skywest 5670, contact O'Hare Tower 119.62.
119.62, Skywest 5670.
Spirit Wings 1704, radar contact, flight
Landing gear down.
085,
All
continue
station
descent
fees for landing.
2300, altimeter 2975.
Fly heading 085, continue descent 2300, Spirit Wings 1704.
Flaps 1.
Skywest 4849, established on localizer.
American 338, turn left heading 335.
Left heading 335, American 338.
Skywest 4849, continue approach.
Continue approach, Skywest 4849.
Wisconsin 6175, turn right heading 065.
Right heading 065, Wisconsin 6175.
Wisconsin 6175.
Before landing, check.
Chicago Center 128.5.
Flight attendant advised.
128
Passenger signs on. Thrust reversers armed. Landing gear down. Flaps full. And yeah, it hurts. The frame rate hurts. I know.
Skywest 4849, contact O'Hare Tower 119.62.
119.62, Skywest 4849.
Chicago approach, American 6.
O'Hare Tower, Skywest 4849, on final, 27 left.
Skywest 5670, when vacated, contact ground 134.15.
When vacated, contact ground 134.15, Skywest 5670.
Skywest 4849, continue approach.
Continue approach, Skywest 4849.
O'Hare Tower, Spirit Wings 1705, runway 28 right, ready for departure.
Spirit Wings 1705, hold position.
Hold position, Spirit Wings 1705.
Skywest 4849, wind 314 degrees at 14 knots, cleared to land 27 left.
Cleared to land, 27 left, Skywest 4849.
So that's the freeway right there. That's 294. That's the bypass around Chicago. See how fly right over. Even 94, which is further over by the lake, you just see the planes coming right over on this approach.
300. Minimum.
Continue.
O'Hare Tower, American 562, runway 28 right, ready for departure.
Minimums.
Little shallow.
Minimums. 100. Minimums. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Skywest 4849, when vacated, contact ground 134.15.
When vacated, contact ground 134.15, Skywest 4849.
Alright, exit here at Romeo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly
Parking 562. Contact ship 5 heavy. Runway vacated with Papa 1.
Cabin crew, disarm the doors,
Kid
please.
15889, taxi to gate, Kilo 20, by Alpha 1, Bravo, Alpha 4, Alpha.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign.
Taxi to gate, Kilo 20,
Radar off.
by Alpha 1, Bravo, Alpha 4, Alpha.
Right after landing check.
Lindbergh
Start.
4380, taxi to gate, Echo 16, by Alpha 1,
Transponder
Bravo,
off.
Alpha
Flaps
4, Alpha.
0. Lights and strobes off.
Taxi to
Probes
gate,
off.
Echo 16, by Alpha 1, Bravo, Alpha 4, Alpha. Lindbergh 4380.
Lead set.
225 heavy taxi to parking 6 by Papa 1 Papa Tango Sierra 1.
Now we just gotta wait to,
runway 10 center 20
get-
center.
Taxi to parking 6 by Papa.
Negative 153, so a little bit more firm than Asheville. Asheville we were like negative 89, I think.
225 heavy.
So twice as hard there, twice as firm, but that's okay.
Cargo
We had a little bit of
225
wind.
Heavy contact O'Hare Tower 119.62.
119.62. Cargo King 225 heavy.
O'Hare ground, Skywest 4849, runway vacated with Romeo.
Skywest 4849 taxi to gate Bravo 1 by Romeo Alpha 6 Alpha.
Taxi to gate, Bravo 1 via Romeo, Alpha 6, Alpha, Skywest 4849.
No, it is. There's actually probably another. Yeah, this Alpha 6 doesn't even exist, but I'm guessing it's like probably Uniform 2 and then Uniform. It's just doesn't match up exactly. So go back here. Going to Bravo 1. Let's get a follow me too.
Cargo King 225 heavy continue taxi by Tango.
The requested position is already assigned.
Continue
to
taxi
another
by
aircraft.
Tango. Cargo King 225 heavy.
Alright, so Alpha 6, Alpha Romeo. That doesn't really help me. Technically, we need to go to go down here to hotel. Even here, this is Juliet. The chart, it's hotel. So little inaccurate. Yeah, trying to follow the chart is kind of crazy because the chart does not match up with what's on the ground here at the airport. Yeah, this is the deluxe premium edition. So it's pretty good for the most part, but on this part of the airport, the west part of the airport is a little funky with the taxiway. Yeah, I've noticed there's extra taxiways, there's taxiways connect or they're named differently, so that's always a little bit of thing. Technically, we shouldn't be. There's the wrong. I feel like those numbers were the wrong side. Pulled short. This is the runway we would have been coming in to land on. But we would have had a nice solid crosswind if we did. Alright, we're now on Uniform 3. In reality, Uniform 3. And just very unclear where things actually are. Where do I want to go? Bravo 1. Okay, we'll go this way. Bravo's in the Southport area. Like there's a lot of planes here. Now I did as we were coming in, I set the FS HUD to clear out planes so we to get a better frame rate. I'm wondering if there's just no planes now because of that. Let's see what happens if I turn that off. So there is a way to limit the planes so you get more FPS. There we go. The problem is that you get a little bit. I get like 2-3 frames of FPS, but I have 0 traffic then, so I guess I'll suffer the slightly lower frame rate. A little boring otherwise.
Taxi to gate, Lima 9, Papa 1, Papa 6, Papa, Echo, Bravo, Alpha 2 1, Alpha 2 1, hold short of runway 10 left, 28 right, Spirit Wings 1704.
Following you. Oh. Go.
Okay, ground, Wisconsin 6175, runway vacated with Alpha 1. Wisconsin 6175.
Yeah, it's a huge airport.
Bravo 10, via Alpha 1, Golf,
I feel like we're right there.
Taxi to gate, Bravo 10, via Alpha 1, Golf, Alpha 1, Wisconsin 6175.
What? Don't see any like stuff either. I feel like it's either. Actually, it's over there. Never mind. I'm looking at the wrong place. This is Echo. These are the Echo gates right there. There's Bravo. So we're right in that corner, inside corner. He just did this weird like moonwalk. Oh, it's Dallas Fort Worth second. That's only 69 square kilometers. That one, Dallas Fort Worth feels. It just seems to me that it's bigger than this airport, but. I guess you do put them side by side. Yeah, the U.S. has big airports, and Malaysia has a lot of. There's some pretty big ones out, like Singapore. I feel like is pretty big. Kuala Lumpur. There's some big ones out in Southeast Asia as well. It is surprising how many airports in the world, like the biggest city in the country, and it's like not actually that big of an airport. It's just. But if I think about all the major places that we think about, I mean, Heathrow's pretty big. I mean, even though Heathrow is downright small compared to places. There it is, right on the corner.
119.62, Spirit Wings 1704.
I'm not sure how that jetway is going to work, though. One drawback. Basically what I need to do is I need to kind of like figure out what gates are my gates that work with GSX and use those all the time. Get to some gates like this is not going to work. Alright. Parking brake set. Electrics set. We have the APU. Thrust levers shut off. Stop. Down.
O'Hare ground. Spirit Wings 1704. Runway vacated with Echo.
Taxi light off.
Spirit Wings 1704. Continue taxi via Echo.
Continue taxi via Echo. Spirit Wings
Generators
1704.
off. Seatbelt sign off. Anti-ice all off. Fuel pumps off. Hydraulic pump 3A come off. Beacon light off. Those wheel steering off.
Go ahead.
Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please.
You're loud and clear. 5 over 5.
Roger.
Skywest 3152. Contact O'Hare Tower.
Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure. Please open the doors when ready. You're clear to begin deboarding.
Skywest 3152.
Okay, Captain. Ground power is available. Stand by. We'll start getting you offloaded in a couple of minutes.
Well, I felt like I was there, but I guess I'm not. This is where the follow me told me to go. So we're not going to get a visual on anything here. Do it. We'll just let the Really like
Ladies
that.
and gentlemen, I'd like to wish you a safe onward journey and hope you enjoyed your flight today. Thanks for flying with us, and we hope to see you again soon.
All right, so it is about 8:53 in the morning, so we have plenty of time for that turnaround going down to Louisville. Oh yeah, everything's we have way too big of roads. Everything's way too big and spread out, which is actually pretty bad. All right.
Hello.
Hi. We're all done back here. Everyone's offloaded.
Thank you.
Give me a call if you need anything else.
633, push back and start up approved.
Go ahead.
Push back and start up approved. Airline license 633.
Just a reminder, if you're using software to track your virtual airline flight, you may
All
want
right,
to find live
let's
flight
take a look
now.
at. Unfortunately, yeah, we can't get the gates that way to do anything here. That. Pick up Volanta and review the flight. Probably be it for today. Okay, we had -153 landing rate, an hour and a half for the flight time, so quite a bit longer return flight than the flight going down, but I think the block time ended up being pretty similar. We just spent more time in the air than sitting at the taxiway. 524 miles, 43 passengers, landing speed 114, kind of floated it. Fuel burn 2,275, very similar to our flight down to Asheville. Let's get our final numbers for the fuel so we can, next flight I do, we have the same, because we will be using the same plane, United Express, and then once we get to, we'll actually be switching planes in Louisville, so then the fuel won't be the same. Let's say fuel, 2,585. All right. Oh yeah, definitely everyone speeds here too because you build the roads to speed. Oops, and I just screwed that up. There we go. All right. Well, thanks a lot for coming on this flight. Zoom out here and get a beautiful view of this airport and all the planes. There's so many objects here that some of the jetways are disconnected. Object limitations, I guess. Probably all those trees that are added in from my seasonal pack as well. That doesn't help things. Alright. So keep an eye out for these videos coming, being re-uploaded with a higher quality for you guys watching on YouTube. Plan on looking for a stream Monday morning at it'll be my 7 a.m., which is 1200 Zulu time. Will be the stream. We'll be doing the next World Tour flight from Macau down to the Philippines. I hope to see you then, and maybe we'll get another one of these in during the week at some point too. So thanks for coming along, and let me get some music pumping out. Here we go. Until next time, take care. Happy flying.